fast, man. But God damn, Cody Garbrandt.
What the fuck?
God damn.
And I'll admit, I said I think Cody's gonna be champ, just not yet. He's gonna be your champ, but he's not ready for Dom yet. Then I opened him round. I was like, what the fuck?
He's so good.
He's mimicking him. He's doing breakdancing. He's doing push-ups and shit.
Well, he fucked with Dominick's head, and that was one of the things I was thinking of. Like, this kid's been in a lot of street fights. Like, I don't know if this trash talk is going to work on him the way it works on other guys. Like, he said he was fine in there. Like, I asked him about it. He's like, I like that. He goes, I feel calm. He goes, I know I can stay calm when that's going on.
And I think he's just like this young, hungry dude who. Yeah. He took it personal, and a lot of guys get real emotional, and I was worried that Cody'd come out super emotional and just get murked, like taken down, just, you know, the real emotional, like Aldo did against McGregor, who just forgets about his technique and rushes and gets murked. But, dude, he just took all that, and the best performance. I mean, can you name another performance like that where a guy, remember, he wasn't even number 1 contender. He's 5 or 6 in the world.
I think he was 8.
Was he 8? I thought he moved to 6.
Maybe.
But
that
still,
might have been some shenanigans.
Yeah, right. Just who knows the Cheeto finger rankings?
Yeah.
But still, motherfucker went from 5, 6 ranked number 1.
Number
and you're like,
1.
God, that's a big stretch.
And beat him handily. It wasn't a
Dom
close
won
decision.
1 round.
Yeah.
And I love Dom. He won 1 round.
And Cody dropped him, hurt him. We still don't exactly know where the cut came from. Some people are saying he came from a punch. I heard people online say it came from a kick. The guys
Definitely
in the
not
truck,
a headbutt.
The guys in the truck said it was a headbutt.
Your truck boys were off. Because I heard when they said that, I'm like, what the fuck are they watching?
Yeah, they pulled it up for me. But it's hard. See, while the fight's going on, they'll do that, and they'll tell me it's a headbutt. And see, I have 2 monitors in front of me. I have one right here, and then I have one over the side. And they'll say, like, look on monitor B, and then they'll show it to me. But I can't really. It's hard for me to do that while I'm watching the actual fight. You know, so they'll show it to me, and I just take their word for it. But occasionally
that's fair. But I think in the replay that they showed, maybe they saw different and it showed the correct one. The replay that they showed, it definitely wasn't a headbutt.
Well, they definitely did collide heads.
For sure.
For sure. And so who knows? It was hard to tell. But who gives a fuck?
Either way.
It was a big-ass cut on Dom's eyebrow, and he got How good is Dominick Cruz? Took a punch, too, by the way. He gets cracked. His legs go stiff. He goes down. And a couple of times, Cody, acted almost like he wasn't going to follow him to the ground and beat on him on the ground and almost acted like he was done.
Yeah, he's calling him up or like a Mark Hunt kind of walk-off KO. I'm like, you better get on him, son.
He
didn't even
make an attempt to get
on him. That's weird, right?
Well, maybe he doesn't want to have anything to do with the ground. Maybe he feels like that's where Dominick might have a chance.
Goddamn, it's not Buchecha down there.
I
Relax,
know, right?
son.
I don't know what Dominick Cruz
I thought he just wanted to punish him, too, maybe.
Does Dominick Cruz have any submissions?
Oh, no. Dominick Cruz is really good on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
But on his record, does he have any submissions?
Yeah, he has submissions, usually from guillotines, though. Back in the day, WC.
His jiu-jitsu's really good, trust me.
No,
you trained with him?
He's a black belt for sure.
I've seen him compete. In
jiu-jitsu tournaments?
Yeah. And he wrestled as well. He's a wrestler.
But for a guy not to go down in his guard, that's some shit. That's like some Conor McGregor Diaz shit where you're like, I just don't want, I can lose too easily down there.
Well, I mean, it might not have been that at all. It might have been even more simple. That's a lost, Jamie.
Rear naked.
Yeah, so he's got a rear naked there. He lost to. He's got one rear naked.
He's not known for his guard, though,
no.
Joe. You're right.
Well, who knows? You don't know what he could do. But the bottom line was Cody wanted to keep the fight standing.
I think he just wanted to punish him.
Yeah, and he might have thought it was over.
Dude.
He hit him so hard, he might have thought the fight was over.
He seemed to the answer for Dominick. I mean, at least it worked for Cody. Was it or was it not? I'm no striker. That he made Dominick come to him, and it's different when.
Correct.
Is that what it was?
Well, sort of, but it's also you got to give credit to his team. See, Justin Buchholz and those guys have been imitating. They've fought Dom so many times.
6 times?
They can imitate his movements, so they can mimic his shit. So when they're sparring, they do that fake false start. You know, because Dom does this thing where he false starts and then he starts, and you never know which one's going to be a kick, which one. It's a lot of like patterns that Dom throws up.
Feints.
So they figured out how to do that, and they mimicked it. And they watched him so many times that they can get it down to a T.
And Cody didn't buy into the feints. He was like, come on, if you're going to come in within this range. And he kept baiting him and then make it count.
Yeah, the bottom line is if his brain's not confused and he just knows that in these exchanges, Dom's going to be there and he's going to do some, he's got some really unpredictable movement, Dom does. But he does like a bunch of things a lot.
And then commits.
Yeah, and so he timed those things and caught him with some fucking vicious punches, man.
Yeah, and he wasn't like Dom fights a lot of guys, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It's like that Chris Tucker movie. Where he gets hit in the face, like, "All right, which one of y'all kicked me?" And you don't know where it's coming from, but Garbrandt just never bought it.
You know,
it was like,
another
I'm just
thing
going
it
to wait for you to commit. You can do all that jazz, and I'm just going to wait right here.
It's also a guy's been boxing when he was real young.
That's what we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
He's 32-2 amateur record. You look at that, you're like, But in the UFC, compared to other fighters, that boxing comes in handy.
Huge.
He was catching. Cody was catching Dominick Cruz on the way out. Which a lot of people don't catch him on the way out.
Never see it.
No, he was catching him on the way out. Pop.
And the
pop,
speed and
pop,
precision of
pop.
those punches.
And the power.
Glorious.
For 5 rounds. And then people forget Cody in high school. I think he was first team All-State out of Ohio, which is a big deal out there. He had scholarships, played compete in Division I wrestling. It was like, nah, I'm just going to fight professionally full time. That's what kind of stud you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And his uncle was an alternate for the Olympic boxing team. So, I mean, he comes from a long line of just savages, too.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, his countdown piece was pretty amazing.
I didn't see it.
I wish that